It's one of the major food groups. It's right up there, you know, eat, sleep, play music. If I smile too much, my face will split. It's absolutely incredible. I love this. As you say, being a wannabe musician and a dabbler in all different kind of instruments. This is like a kid in a candy store. It's just tremendous. I'm surrounded by musical instruments all day, and I get to lend them to people. It's pretty nice. My name is Roger Eccleston. I'm the relatively new coordinator of the Joe Chithalen Memorial Musical Instrument Lending Library. Took over here just a few months ago, and really enjoying working down here and loaning out all manner of instruments to people. The word has got around a little bit now, and we're trying to promote it even more so, that this is a resource for people who want to try an instrument for the first time, or who want to move up from one instrument to another, or who are thinking of purchasing an instrument but don't want to make the investment just yet. I want to give it a try. Musical instruments are quite expensive, so we encourage people to come down here, check out our resources, and then go ahead and make the investment later if they so feel like. And we do have every which kind of instrument down here as well, strings and drums galore and keyboards. We've got quite a lot for people to choose from.
Well, it's great. I mean, you come in and I can try different things out. I borrowed a keyboard. I have a banjo out right now that I'm playing at home. I'm waiting for another piece of a tabla set to come in so I can borrow some tabla drums. I mean, there's everything here. It's like a gold mine. We went digging in the back and found an old Hammond organ back there. You just never know what's going to be here. So,
since I've been here, I think the age group is 4 to 90, and everywhere in between. It just amazes me every day who comes through the door there. I think initially the idea was to aim it at a younger clientele, but just everybody. I encourage everybody to get into music, and this is just a great way to do it. Well, the first thing is I like them to look around and see what we have, and it's kind of nice right now. People haven't been down here before. They come through there and they stop in the door and look, which is my first satisfaction. And I try and fit them out with something and find out a little bit of their background and what they're looking for. And in order to borrow an instrument, borrowing is very, very simple. A lot of people come through the door and say, well, how do I rent an instrument? Well, we don't rent out instruments. We don't sell instruments. We're strictly in the borrowing business. And anybody can come and borrow an instrument from the library. The basic time period is 1 calendar month. And all they have to do is supply a photo ID, driver's license is ideal, and then sign a loan agreement, agreeing to return the instrument within that time in good condition, and quite simply take the instrument and enjoy it.
How many parents have gone to the expense of purchasing an instrument only to have their child put it down and not take it up again? It's a great way to come down, borrow it for a month. You never know, your child just might love it and carry it on, or they might not. They might decide to try drums next month. We actually used the lending library when it first started, when my son wanted to play the drums. And we borrowed a drum kit, and from that he decided he wanted to be a drummer, and he is a drummer now. And he has his own set of drums, and he's a fantastic player. Yeah.
I'm in awe every day of just how many incredible musicians we have in Kingston who really aren't playing professionally or involved in bands, but who just love to play music. And, may not want to have an instrument of their own full time, but hey, I'll come and borrow a clarinet for a week or two. And it just amazes me when people come down here and pick up the instruments and play them, and I encourage that as well. I love to hear it. Any piece of equipment of any kind undergoes wear and tear. In the back room there, one of the first things I did was set up a maintenance bench, and yeah, we fix up the bangs and knocks and you know, things that wear loose. That's just all part of it.
Well, I just looked at some of the guitars and picked a few of them up, and it looked like some of them needed some work. And you know, Roger is very busy down here getting things going. I know he does some work on guitars. I thought I could help out. I like working on guitars. I'm a guitar geek. I have a lot of guitars, and I enjoy fixing. I find it really rewarding. And it's a fun place to come down. We chat and listen to music and do important work.
Well, I kind of think of myself as jack of all trades, master of none. I got to be honest and say my favorite form of playing is out on the street. I love, call it busking if you like, but I love playing in the street. The great thing about that is you can make eye contact with a whole load of people there. If they stop and listen, great. If you stop to discuss the music with you, fine. If you hit a bum note, who's going to notice? If you forget a verse, just go into an instrumental or something. I remember a number of years ago there was a street musician playing, and I was right behind a couple who were walking and talking at the same time, threw some change in his case, and he just stopped them and said, "Excuse me," and they stopped talking and said, "Yeah, what?" He says, I'm an entertainer, not a beggar. You paid me some money, please stay a moment and let me entertain you. And I thought that was a very profound line, and I really learned something from that. That was good. It's a universal medium. It doesn't matter what your religion, what your colour, what your age group, what your language is. Music is universal, and it's wide open for everybody to get into it. And it's a great communication tool. So I would encourage anybody who's never had a try at music, come down here. We've got something that can get you going. If you're tone deaf, then beat a drum. If you don't have a sense of rhythm, play a didgeridoo. You know, we've got everything.